this one my blowout piece, and because we're going to kind of take it and we're going to blow it out, but I think it makes a really neat effect. We are going to apply the glitter a little bit different so it doesn't end up on the edges. We're going to blow it out and then put the glitter on afterwards. But what we're going to do is we're going to just start. You don't want to work with a large piece, you want smaller pieces for this, so take that into consideration. And I'm going to put dandelion in the center piece because that's what's going to end up blowing out the most. And then I'm just going to start putting different colors around it. This is red, and then I'm going to use, and I'm using my stipple brush, and I had them warmed up in my different colors, and I'm going to use my turquoise. And we'll put some different colors, different places. That's why you don't go over it once you get it on there. You just leave it down. And then I'm going to use my yellow green. Get that on here. And then I'm going to do a purple. And the purple, I add just a little bit of white to it. And then I think I'm going to do some red over on this side. And I'm going to come back in and I'm going to put some more yellow in the middle. And I think I'm going to put it in with my number 2 tool to get it thicker. And I'm going to use my brush here because I think I've ran out of color. You can hear all my noises I'm making over here. So I just put that in the middle right there. Okay, now we're going to wait for it to cool off because you want it all the same coolness, so when you heat it up that it all melts around the same time, that one color doesn't melt a lot faster than the other colors do. So we're going to give that just a minute to cool down with that yellow, and then we're going to blow that right on out with our heat gun. Okay, so let's go over to our heat gun, and we're going to start on the outside first because that is always takes the longest to melt. We're just going to melt it off first. You also could put a little bit of black in here if you want to. Not very much, just a tad, maybe like a line or two. Start on that outside. Now we're going to move towards the middle. Okay, and get that yellow in the middle going. Get that nice and melted. And then we're just going to bring our gun straight down on our flower here, and you can get whatever type of look, and you can see how it kind of pulls up on the middle. Now I'm not really happy with that, so I'm gonna let this cool just a second, and let's add a little bit of black to it, and I mean just a little, not much at all. We're gonna kind of come in here and bring some black up just a tad, not too much like I talked about. And I'm going to bring these colors back in again just one more time. Remember what I've said, don't be afraid to try these again and again. I didn't get mine on the first time on a lot of these when I first started doing them. We just want to play with them until you get them where you want them. It's not a big deal at all to take them off if you don't like them and redo them again. So okay, we've got that guy. Let's try it one more time. Now he's already kind of melted all kind of evenly because we've warmed up the piece underneath him. So let's try one more time. There, I really like that. And I think it really needs the black in it. And we're going to let that cool. And while that's cooling, I'm going to just sprinkle just a tad of glitter on it just to help set it off. Not too much, just enough. And you can use different colors of glitter. You can use your tinsel glitter. You will have the buildup of wax on the outside, and that's is why we don't want to have a big piece to do that. You don't want to touch it till it completely finishes cooling off and everything. So we're going to wait for this to cool, and then we're going to come back and we're going to put our finish on top of it. Okay, now that that's dry, we're going to clean our wax off the sides. That turned out really, really nice, and you can see it's not bright, and that'll get brighter once we apply our finish to it. But also you can do this with different colors. Think about some gold metallic color or a different metallic color in here would also really set that off. And we have a kit for you too if you need a kit. And let's just remove those sides. And removing the sides is real important because we do not want any wax. We're not going to put any finish down on this part, so we want to make sure that we have all that removed, as well as we want our suede to stick nice to the side of our gourd. So that is kind of important. So we're going to remove all of that wax. Get that all done. If you got any on the back, take that off too. And then once we have that removed, we're going to come in and we're going to take one just right all the way around the edge so we can have a nice clean seal on this with our Mod Podge. We don't want to leave that open. So then wipe that off, get all of that removed. And we're going to put our finish on it. And the finish that we're using is the Mod Podge Dimensional Magic. It's a lot harder and it works really, really well with our jewelry. I played around with a lot of different types, and this is what I've come back to, and this is a product that we do carry for you now. Do not shake it. And Dimensional Magic is made to go on thick, so we need to make sure that we have it thick and you don't see your brush strokes. I start by putting it a little bit from the edge. You don't want drips coming over the edge, but we want to come over the edge just a tad to seal in any of the wax. So if it got warm or anything, it would be in there nice and sealed. So it's real important that we do that. And then once we've done our edges, we're going to come back and we're going to put some in the middle. And we're going to smooth this out with our brush. And you're not really brushing it on, you're just kind of moving it around and letting it even out on its own. If you see it when I put the brush down, then it kind of settles and does it nice and even. If you can see the brush strokes, you need more Dimensional Magic on top of that. So don't overwork your brush applying that. Now we're going to put at least 3 to 5 coats on a piece and make sure they're nice thick coats. And if it's one that's going to be worn out in the sun, I suggest that you test it and make sure that it is okay. So let's go ahead and put these coats on and let it dry, and then come back and we're going to finish up our necklace.